When the word football is heard in Italy and across Europe in general, it is most commonly in reference to the sport Americans know as soccer. However, American football has finally made its way to Italy. Florence is represented in the Italian Federation for American Football with its own team, Guelfi Firenze. The athletes on Guelfi Firenze are not paid to play, as are football players in the US. This, however, proves the devotion these men have for the game, as they are forced to balance both professional and personal commitments. So go on out and support Guelfi Firenze and American football in Florence.
A Firenze il football americano è seguito sempre in numero maggiore di persone. Noi abbiamo giocato anche una partita nel 2003 con 6.000 spettatori e per i playoff andiamo sempre oltre 500 spettatori. La tradizione del football americano in Italia si risale ai primi anni 80 e a Firenze è stata fondata la prima squadra, si chiamava Apache Firenze, nell'85 mi pare. Poi ci sono state varie vicissitudini, squadre nate, morte a Firenze e rinate, e dalle ceneri di tutte queste sono rinati i Guelfi nel 2000, che è la squadra più longeva per ora a Firenze e che comunque sta dando delle soddisfazioni alla città e ai giocatori. A Firenze principalmente vengono a vedere le partite amici dei giocatori, molti italiani appassionati e un buon numero di americani. Quest'anno siamo riusciti ad avere un nuovo stadio a Firenze proprio nato per il football americano, un lavoro che ho portato avanti in prima persona insieme al vecchio assessore allo sport Eugenio Giani, per avere a Firenze una casa per questo sport. È la seconda struttura in Italia.
How has the transition been for you from coaching American football to coaching American football here in Florence?
Well, football is football wherever you go. You know, in an amateur level football, particularly with part-time players, it's you know, a lot of the things you teach are a little bit different. You know, I have the guys at home in college or high school. I have them every day, and here we get them 2, sometimes maybe 3 times a week if we can squeeze in an extra practice. And a lot of them have jobs. Just the other night we had to switch practice because of Labor Day and to a Wednesday, but a lot of the guys already have commitments to work on Wednesday. And that's their priority, their work and their family, as it should be when they're playing amateur level sports. And that's a little bit tough to adjust to, but you know, after a while you get into the flow and you learn that everybody in each team has the exact same problems, and you figure out a way that works best for your guys here.
What makes you most proud about this team that you're coaching here in Florence?
Well, you know, a lot of people are pointing to our record so far, but I didn't come here just to win football games. I came here to teach why American football is such a passion in the United States, and how I think it's such a great teaching tool. I mean, you know, we're getting guys here to show up on time, on a regular basis, to call their coaches when they can't show up, and to commit to the team. And that's something that's, I think, a little bit different from a lot of the culture here. And I think they're adapting to that very well. And the other thing I like about these guys is that they really do love each other. I mean, this is a very tight-knit group of players. Guelfi is one of the few teams in the cities that hasn't split in half at some point or had a mini Civil War revolution. And they've, through the leadership here, they found a way to get along. They treat me like gold, and I feel like I'm really part of their extended football family, and it's really fun.
I know you used to coach high school football back in the States for a number of years, and can you briefly describe some of the differences of the competition level between back there and here in Florence with this team?
Well, it's really trying to compare apples and oranges. They're really two different things. High school football is kind of a training ground. We offer it in the schools, and just like we do all of our sports, and we offer that pretty much, for the reason that it's a great teaching tool. It's another kind of classroom where we're not supposed to just teach the sport. We're supposed to teach the values of fair and decent competition. Here it's a whole different thing, because these guys are amateurs and this is part-time. At home we practice every day. The kids, while they have outside obligations to their family, to their church, and a lot of them work too, this is a whole different thing. And so the two are tough to compare. This isn't nearly as competitive, but the flip side of that is the sportsmanship for most of the teams here is outstanding. I mean, the way the guys greet each other before the game from the different teams, how they react to one another during the field of play when somebody makes a good play, and the other team will come over and shake their hand, and the cheering and the genuine camaraderie everybody after the game it's very impressive, and I really like it. I mean, to me it's kind of like we have good wine back in the U.S., but it's not Italian wine. And we have good food in the United States, but it's not Italian food. And we play good football back in the United States, but they play Italian football here, and it's a completely different thing. And I think to compare them is a little unfair.
What do you think is the most important reason that you're off to such a good lead?
Well, I think that kind of calming them down in the close games, letting them know that it's about execution and not just about testosterone or knocking the other guy down or arguing with the referee or anything like that. It's about execution and playing together, and we talk about this all the time. Do your job, do your job. And I think that's a good lesson for anybody in any walk of life. I mean, you can't be a superstar until you do the basic job. And when we do that, it usually works out okay, and I think they've learned that. We've had in each of our 4 games, 3 of them have been very close and within 1 touchdown. And each time we scored when we absolutely had to, and then hang on to the ball well at the end of the game to keep the other team from having a chance to catch up with us. And it's because we just went out and did our basically good job.